Well, hello everybody. Gennifer got a job. This is what we're going to talk about, and this is what we're going to celebrate today. Gennifer got a job. So, also today, listen, in this season, we all need a little bit of hope and a little bit of celebration because we just heard a news in tech that two tech companies or whatever, there are tech companies that unfortunately doing restructuring right before the holiday, right before Christmas. And that's heartbreaking. And what for my clients and for my business and for me personally, December is the month of celebration because listen, three of my clients got jobs, right? One of my clients got job like long ago. Gennifer got a job, and my other client got a job, who is an iOS developer. So, but today I have Gennifer, excuse me, on my show. Gennifer, hey, I miss you on the show. How are you
Oh my God.
doing?
I miss you too, just period. I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm super excited to talk to you and just I have so many things to say, Eugene. So many
Yeah,
praises for you.
yeah, listen, I'm excited. Like Gennifer and I, we were just chatting before we started the video about the job market, about the journey, and I guess my let's just jump into it. So for this video, what you can expect, you gotta get a little bit of hope because if you're looking for promotion, if you're looking for a job, Gennifer got a job and Gennifer is going to share her story. And we all need a little bit of inspiration because I'm on the layoffs, I'm on all the green banners on LinkedIn. We need a success story. We need a good success story that somebody got a job, somebody was able to figure out, somebody was able to get bounce back from the layoff. So, and this is what we're going to get today. Another thing that we're going to get today, I'm going to make you an offer today. I'm just going to make you an offer today because enrollment in my program is open, and we're going to talk about a little bit later after Gennifer shares her story, after we go through the journey. So, this is what you can expect from my live stream today. If you're new to me, my name is Eugene. I'm a career and business coach in tech, and I am super excited to celebrate my client today. So, Gennifer, my first question today: um, where were you before you came to me, before you came to my program?
Complete despair, depression. It was awful. Um, I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I did. And the irony of it is I used to be a career coach. I was a career coach for 8 years. And I just didn't have the recipe for today's job search market. It's really different. It's different than anything I've ever experienced before. And I'm at the point in my career where I can say I've been around a minute. And so I really had to develop a solid skill set while I was looking for work because I knew that the past 3 years I've been dedicating myself to like a niche, right? Like a healthcare startup, a healthcare product. Um, awesome concept, but how, where else could I find that? You know, there are competitors, but I didn't want to work for the competitors. I wanted to kind of step out and do something new. So I started 2 boot camps. One of the boot camps I started was a web developer boot camp, and the second was a Python boot camp. And I completed them. Once I completed them, I started looking at opportunities where skills required of those, specialties, I guess you would say, where those skills would apply. If I saw them listed there and I had them, I would apply. I also started taking some boot camp in Swift. I really was interested in Swift because I thought iOS would be great, and maybe I can find a job where I can be in customer support, working with the engineer team like I had been at my previous role. But that, I mean, it wasn't panning out. It wasn't working at all, and I didn't know what to do. Here we were 3 months in, and I couldn't find a job. So number one, I didn't have a focus. When I reached out to you, I was in a place where I really needed to develop a plan and do it fast. Unemployment only lasts for so long. And it's not like we live in an economy now where we could just sit back and chill. And not work at all, because we're at the point where every single day is serious expense, like just to exist costs money. And then I met you, and I knew you before. Obviously, I don't need to tell you this because you knew me before, but working with you on this level was completely different. But the first time I sat with you, I felt the synergy immediately, right away. I knew that I could make this happen. And I was willing to put the work in.
And your story, because here's the thing, like I think I also seen rapid development in my business, because like after you and after my other client, I had a huge like a flood of iOS developers coming into my program. So right now, like basically majority of my clients are iOS developers. But what is your like what so your background was like QA in customer support in support engineering in tech, right? Like this is because like I remember you you came to me like you were in a really weird place, because like well like I don't know, like because remember like for the first live stream that we did together, like I don't know if she's qualified, because like I think she's a customer service. I know nothing about customer service, but she's also QA. She's also in support engineering. She's kind of like I think there's a new like job group called Gennifer, right? And
Right.
everybody needs Gennifer. Like yeah, like this is a like 100%. This is something that like our tech space need. And what like so you are in support QA, like you kind of like in that in the middle section where you like when you support engineers and you support clients and you support business, right? Like kind of
Exactly.
like on the crossroads, right? Right, in your career, and everybody calls it differently, right?
Correct.
Yeah, nice. So
Correct.
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say it is weird because I was ambiguous in the company where, I was with listening to engineers sitting in on meetings where I would be able to, do UAT, um, do any type of, exploratory work on the app to find bugs. If I found them, report them right away. I helped the engineering department develop a way for our team internally to communicate with them instead of sending tickets for, a lot of things that could be handled in-house or by somebody like myself or my manager. So it was good. It was a great company because I learned a lot and I gained a lot of responsibility and I learned a lot about myself. That prepared me to look for work. What I was running into was the competition. I'm not a competitive person. Like I'll stand in a very long line. If I see that the person behind me is in a rush, I'll be like, "You want to? Would you like to step before me?" I've always been that type of person. So out here was like literally the wild wild west, and you had to change. Not you, but in general, you would have to change your approach to finding a job. When I met you, you showed me how to market myself on LinkedIn. How many times did I knock down and rebuild, knock down? I must have had about 5 or 6 different LinkedIn profile versions.
Yes, I remember that. And this is kind of my next question. Uh, what happened and what happened after you how soon did you how soon did you start seeing the first improvements, the first results? Because like a lot of people also ask me like, okay, like I kind of need a job like right
Right.
away,
Like
but
right
like
now.
right now, yeah, like yesterday, like this is why I'm keen for you. But like there's also a movie needle activities that you have to do, because my program is not like get a job, get rich fast,
Right.
like do X, Y, and Z, and tomorrow you gotta get you get a job. We're not in that kind of market, and whoever advertises you that they're like they're probably not entirely truthful. So how soon did you see the first results? Like, and when I see the first results, your network improved, right? You increase your connections, you start building your pipelines of recruiters reaching out to you versus you just applying for jobs, and you started like job focused conversations? How soon did that happen?
I'd say within the first month of working with you, I started to get, I call them bites.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up fishing with my dad. So I'm always using fishing terminology. But yeah, so here's my rod, bites, you know. And at first it was weird because they'd invite me to interview, but then they'd say, "Oh, you don't have 5 to 7 years in like software QA experience, you know, or
Mm-hmm.
oh, you don't have advanced knowledge of Python."
Mm-hmm.
Um, there was always something holding me back. So based on what you taught me, I implemented that, started getting hits right away. But it wasn't until I started kind of like molding everything together and put my customer support experience, included my QA, made mention of work that I did with engineering, not and didn't market myself like as a customer support or a support engineer per se, because those jobs are pretty advanced. Although, I mean, I could have been a junior.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I started looking at stuff like that. And then I just started aesthetically going to work on it. The banner. I started working with the banner, started working with itemizing my experience, but also my accomplishments. So like what I did and then how it was an accomplishment. And how I did that was I put little emojis
Mm-hmm.
next to my stuff on my LinkedIn profile. So I'd be like, I did this, I did this, I did this with the check, and then the star would be, this is what I accomplished. Once people started seeing, or when I say people, recruiters or hiring teams, once they started seeing that, they would reach out to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest with you, I didn't get any bites or feedback or responses, no, zero job interviews through LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say anything bad about LinkedIn. It's just to say that there were so many people, hundreds and hundreds of people applying for the same jobs. Like I'd look at the job and it would be like 575 applicants. Like, why
Mm-hmm.
me? You know? And I'm not saying that I'm not good, because I'm
So
good.
like for LinkedIn, like here's a little trick, right? Um, recruiters who are on LinkedIn, they might see you on LinkedIn, they will send you email versus email on LinkedIn. If they have access to your email, they will get in touch with you like that
Right.
versus on social media. So like that's one thing. Uh, Another myth that I would like to debunk, when you see like thousands of applicants or like 300 applicants for a job. So what it means, it doesn't mean that 300 people apply for the job. It means 300 people click on the button apply.
Ah,
So
really?
yes, I challenge you, go to open position on LinkedIn that has the applicant count, click on the button, go back, refresh the page, the count will increase
By one. The
by
click my
one.
Oh
I
wow.
like that feature is totally useless. That feature is totally useless because like I would like to challenge your statement on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is personal ATM machine. For me, clients, jobs, like I need money, LinkedIn. I need clients, LinkedIn. I need new job, LinkedIn. Every single time. Like another thing is that not every recruiter that were in touch with me, get in touch with me or get in touch with my clients would say, I find your profile on LinkedIn. They're like, hey, are you available on the job market? This is what I have. This is the pay. Do you want it or not? Right? Because
Right.
sometimes recruiters are more like, oh, because there are different ways of recruiting and different like policies too. Some recruiters send DM and DM on LinkedIn. Some recruiters will send you a text message, which like I never understood that until like I start coaching. Like I coach a couple of recruiters. They say like, oh, we sent messages, and people
Right.
respond to us faster. Like, oh no way, I'm so annoyed by that. So but like and also we're going to talk about a little bit later because there here's the thing like you learn what you needed to learn, but also you implemented what you could and were comfortable with implementing too.
Right.
So like, and like this is, and this is also something that makes me proud, because like you have a product, right? Even though I disagree, I don't 100 agree with the approach, but it worked for you, right? And this is exactly what my product is supposed to do. Like you apply that knowledge, that product as you see fit. So
Exactly.
my other question to you, um, what was the journey from we start working together, you start figuring out what is your profile to landing a job? What was your journey like before and after? Like, what difference did you see, and how it affected your like job search in general?
Oh, tremendous. I mean, I wasn't making any connections. Nobody even knew I existed. It was super sad. It was so sad. It was like small fish, big pond. And that's like going back to what I was just saying. It could do a number on your self-esteem if you don't concentrate and just realize what the temperature is out there,
Mhm.
what you're up against. And oh, before I continue really quick, I just wanted to let you know I wasn't disagreeing with you about LinkedIn. I
Mhm.
think LinkedIn's awesome, but recruiters, like, I didn't have to apply to any jobs.
Right,
They came to
right.
me. Yeah, so I wasn't
That's the point. You didn't have to apply for any jobs.
right. Yeah, and I didn't want you to think I was downing
Yeah.
LinkedIn or anything, because I do love LinkedIn. It helped me a lot. But recruiters, when you share your profile and they notice it, they'll reach out to you. And
Yes, they
it would
will.
be great. I'd always get to screenings. And then after the screening, that would be a bummer, because the screening would be like, oh, they're looking for somebody with, 7 years experience, or, a degree in this, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. But I didn't let it get me down, because at least people were applying. The part that
Yeah.
did make me sad, that you really helped me through, was the rejection emails. So cookie cutter. And
Hmm.
they always tell you that they went with somebody else. They say, although we were impressed with your credentials, we decided to move forward with somebody else who better matches the position. And I'm like, you could have just said no. Like, I don't need to know that somebody else won. But,
Yeah.
that part. But I mean, other than that, it was a tremendous change. And then you kept working with me, and your patience. This is the thing, Eugene, and I can't say this enough. Your patience with me, because of what I've been accustomed to and what I thought I knew, I needed to step out of that comfort zone. Working with you, you showed me that this is going to be really uncomfortable, but it's going to work. And the one thing I remember that you kept telling me was, you can get a job. You could get a job tomorrow. You could get any job. But is it going to be the one for you? The one that you want, the one that really matches what you're trying to show people that you're about online. So if you want people to take you seriously, and if you want to be that employee that you say you are, show us, put it out there.
Hmm.
And the one thing I couldn't get was the content creation, the video.
Yes.
I'm just very shy that way.
Yeah,
I don't
and yes, and this is the beauty of the program, because like even though, right, I always advocate for content creation. I always advocate for video, but even if the video is not your thing, as long as you're consistent with any type of content, like it is going to work. It is going to come to fruition. But what I like about you is that after 12 weeks, right after the curriculum, after every week we were working together, like on the fundamentals, you went back and you got quiet for a sec, and I got worried, and like, okay, here we go, like Gennifer got quiet on me, and like I don't know what's going on. But you pivoted and you applied the system that you received in the program to match what you can get faster, because like you had a
exactly.
choice. Yeah, you had a choice. You had a choice, either going against the current and say, no, you know what, I am a QA engineer, and keep working with me. Okay, how do I demonstrate my experience? Like how do I create extra projects to showcase my test automation skills. But you decided,
Exactly.
you know what, it's too much for me. Like I'm just gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and adjust to the market, staying in tech, staying in with tech projects, but doing what I can do like at the get-go
Exactly.
without so much resistance. You stop resisting. Like I think this is the beauty of the program, right? Because somebody asked me like, will it work for me because I am like a web developer, I'm not like an iOS developer, or will it work for me because I'm a project manager? Like it will work for you, right? Like I have a focus group, but like you are one of the unicorns that work in tech space, and all you needed to do, you had like all the steps and all the tools to adjust and pivot and land a job. And like the evidence or the argument about content creation, I bet if you started doing more content and on purpose connecting with the right people at the right time, you would have landed a job a lot faster, because
Oh,
like
probably.
when you create content, you're good at it.
Thank you. Thank you. My energy was so depleted that I really was limited in as to like how much I could really give and put out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was just such, you were just that light that whole time, that light for me. I never gave up because I always thought about, I know that sounds cheesy, but I didn't. I never gave up because I always remembered the things that you said. And I also watch how hard you work. You know what I mean? You can't get what you want without trying and working hard. It's not going to come to you. And I didn't, it's not that I thought it was going to be easy to find a job, but I thought it was going to be a lot easier. I didn't think it would take 9 months. It took me
Mm-hmm.
9 months to land the job that I truly, truly wanted.
Gotcha. And another question for you. So you were laid off. You didn't have like income other than unemployment coming
Right.
in, like on paper. A lot of people say, "Oh, your program is too expensive. I can't invest that much money in me right now because I don't have a job." Or like, you know what? I'm junior right now," or like, "My pay is not right." When my pay is right, and when I had a job, and when when I'm in the perfect spot, and when I take my vacation, then I will invest. But
Right.
a lot of people came to me like with 5 months out of the job, year out of the job, 9 months out of the job. Why invest? Because like this is not like this is not $1,500 program. This is not $900, $500. This is an investment. And I think it is affordable. Like if you can afford like mini vacation for like, I don't know, from like Friday to Sunday somewhere at cheap Airbnb, you can afford my program. So at least like it's something that is something that people can figure out, in my opinion. But like I also understand and honor the situation when people like out of the job, and you still have to make significant investment at a time, because like when you then have income,
Yeah.
like $20 is a significant investment based on what you spend and how you spend it on. Like, what made you to invest? Why did you make that investment without income coming in like anytime soon? What made you to commit?
Oh, number one, I really needed the help. I did. I really, really needed the help. And I didn't want to not have a job because the idea of being completely unemployed for that long it's scary. It's really scary. Um, that's the number one. Number two, I trust you. I know you on a professional level, even though I didn't get to work with you every day. I knew you on a certain level and you were always consistent. And when I saw the way you would advertise your program and how warm and friendly you were when I reached out to you to connect initially, because that's how I found out you had the program.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is really nice. I was struggling. I was really struggling with the support system aspect of it as well. I didn't have one at all. And it's funny. I mean, I know I worked with a lot of people, and people will always say that they're your friends at work, but you really have to consider that other people have lives of their own. And
Mm-hmm.
just because you are laid off and you are friends at work doesn't necessarily mean that person is going to reach out to you or be your support or your
Mm-hmm.
rock throughout, you know, like I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have those expectations, but I'm not going to say it would have felt better to have a bigger support system. When I met you, you became part of that support system. So that's number three. You were a support system. And the fourth thing is I knew you knew what you were talking about. You're completely credible. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people who have these programs and such, and they're just like, even they say like, oh, $50. And you know, it could be anywhere. It could
Mm-hmm.
be, oh, we'll meet virtually, or
Yeah.
download packet and take this test, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just, yours was sincere and genuine.
Yeah. And a
Yeah.
good coaching program, like just people can understand where the numbers at, right? Like a good coaching program with a coach that will meet you with you, right? Like not a course, not a just, like not just a video lessons that you can follow and like maybe work that you can fill out, but like when you work with actual coach and when you have one-on-one coaching, the numbers are varies from $2,500 to $6,000 or 10,000 to $10,000. Like it depending like what like, when we talk about executive coaching, this is like $10,000 for like senior management director, CEO, CFO, C-level professional. When we
Mhm.
talk about individual contributors, like this is something between 25 and like $5,000 or 4,500. So like that's where the numbers lay. And I don't think my numbers are the most expensive numbers like on the market. And like not that they shouldn't, but when people give the price objection is not, I mean, like, yes, on the one hand, some people really can't afford it, but also if you won't get homeless if you pay for my program, right? If you can have food after paying for my program, then something else is stopping you, and that something else is the lack of commitment to yourself, and it's the lack of um really giving the best chance to yourself, because deep down a lot of people doubt themselves that like, oh, I need to bet on myself in this
Right.
economy, in this like I don't want to invest that much money because like what if it's not going to work out? But here's the thing. When you invest in yourself, you feel differently. Something is happening to you like on a deeper level, because I just had to invest $9,000 in my development, and my program is not $9,000, like not anywhere near that. But like when I made that investment in myself, I'm like, no, like I can do it. Like I can do my business because like right now I can't afford to fail. Like I can't
Thank
afford.
you. That was my mindset. That's exactly where I was. I was like, I cannot afford to fail. And you were the best, most reliable person that I could go to. And let's be honest, that I was willing to um service I was willing to pay for.
Mhm.
Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like there's a
yeah.
lot that goes into that other than just thinking, oh, in 12 weeks I'm gonna get a job, or oh, I can go to this
Mhm.
program that Eugene has, and my whole life will change. I could tell you that, until I'm blue in the face. But the fact of the matter is you have the recipe.
Mhm.
And if and the investment is really holding you accountable. There's a level of accountability required, and that may be what deters people, because I'm not really a person who likes to commit to anything at all.
Mhm.
I knew that I had 12 Tuesdays that I needed to show up and be there for one whole hour. And not only that, not just sit through it, but listen and actually show you that I'm absorbing the material and what you're sharing with me. So it's worth it. And it's a sense of, there's also a sense of achievement that I
Mhm.
that I had when I finished the program, even though I wasn't employed yet.
Mhm.
By the time when I finished the program, let's see, it only took a couple of months for me to actually accept a job offer.
Yeah.
I had 12 interviews between three companies. And it was literally, I was interviewing for like 2 months. And when I disappeared, by the way, it's not that I disappeared. It was that I was in like on autopilot. I was literally on autopilot, just pounding out resumes, revising my resume left and right. Like, you just have to constantly keep improving. You can't just send the same piece of paper out to everybody. There has to be something there. There really does. There, you have to show people that you've done something, that you've accomplished something. And I didn't know that before I started working with you.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't.
absolutely. Mm-hmm. And that,
I had no executive presence. You gave me one. You helped me develop one for myself. It's, I honestly, I don't think you charge enough.
I listen, I don't think so either. Honestly, I don't think so either because I here's the thing, like, since we're jumping into the program itself, right? Like, here's my offer to you. So, like, what you can do to sign up for my program is you can send me a DM with the word job, and we're gonna start a conversation. I'm gonna send you a career assessment. So now I have career assessment. So when you came to me, like, that was more so like one-on-one services, but now I have career assessment where you can identify your gaps right away. And after that career assessment, we can talk about more about the program. If you need clarity call, mini coaching session with me, that is 100% available to you. We can jump on the call. Well, here's what goes in the program. Now we have group coaching calls. Like, it's on Thursday from 4 to 5, every single Thursday, and we dive deeper into curriculum. Well, I also have right now, so all the videos that you downloaded on your part, right? I documented and I created video lessons for each topic. Certain video lessons I had to like shorten, and because like we normally go for an hour or so.
Yeah.
So certain lessons I had to shorten and really give to the point instructions. For example, LinkedIn setup, LinkedIn algorithms, and like some of the content creation like basics, right? Like how to link your network through like awareness map and like make them to be aware of you. So like I made that. So like now we have group coaching program where you can network with the community, where you can dive deeper beyond the curriculum. And this is another challenge. You got to follow the curriculum on your own, right? When you come to a coaching call, if you ask like, well, how do I attract new companies that I want to work for on my LinkedIn profile? Like, yeah, good question. Go ahead and watch that video about LinkedIn algorithms, because like it is 100% available to you. But on top of that, because I know that job searching, and either when you are searching for a job, when you are looking for promotion, when you are trying to become a leader in your industry, there are certain things that you want to have one-on-one support, and that one-on-one support is also available to you. And in my membership website, right, that with the curriculum, you can grab a link for one-on-one session with me when you need it. Because somebody asked me, like, can you like just work with me one-on-one, at least one session to like create a resume together? I'm like, yeah, 100%. I think, Gennifer, we did it with you, because like you had the template how to do that, but you had certain challenges. So like we went ahead and sit down and
a lot of them.
yeah, and did your resume. So like and here's the thing, like I'm super excited that you came when you came, and like you are one of the contributors to the curriculum, because like the curriculum is based on what is working for my clients, right? Like what they implemented and what is working. But also, like, I think if you would have come now, so now you don't have to download videos like on your own and after every single session. Now everything is on the website, and every single session that we have also goes to the website, and you can watch all of the sessions. And by the way, people who are in aftercare and you are still aftercare until the end of December, that is available to you. So you can watch the replay, you can watch the curriculum. So like those are improvements that I made in my program.
I love it. Just when you think it can't get any better.
You know, I was thinking about, I was thinking about how do I help more people and still have capacity for like to go out there and like to really serve more people, because
Yeah,
I can work strictly one-on-one with 10 to 15 people. I would just like drive myself to the round,
it's a
because like
lot.
it's like 10, 15 meetings weekly, right? Either I would have
Oh
to
yeah.
meet like more like on with a more interval or longer breaks, stuff like that. But I really wanted to have people to have the same support that you all had working one-on-one with me, and this is why I created a group coaching program. And I have like as of right now, I have very intimate community. So you gotta take advantage of it, because like right now it will be very, very personalized, very,
Oh
very personalized experience. So whether you, because sometimes, you know, sometimes there are three people on the call, but sometimes there's it's just you, or like whoever shows up, it's just you, and like you basically get one-on-one in a group coaching program, but you still have that community. Because here's the beauty in a group coaching program: if you can attend, you don't have to like reschedule, cancel. It will be always on the calendar. It's just
yes.
like okay, we'll come back next time. Because this is another like headache that I had. I constantly had to reschedule and cancel my sessions with my one-on-one clients, and I'm like, you know what, like no more. Like I have one slot, you can make it, you can make it. If you can make
Right.
it, I will make a recording for you. When you need one-on-one for your interview prep, you have one-on-one for your interview prep available to you. So, and you have curriculum. So support all around. And speaking of the price, right? Listen, if you want to take advantage of 2023 price that I'm not increasing until January, like you gotta act right now. Like send me a DM or grab the link, fill out the form, and let's get going. Because listen, like Gennifer is, by the way, Gennifer is not the only client who got a job. Because I had a client who started before you. She got a job after 2 sessions with me, 2 weeks,
Yes.
2 weeks.
That was amazing.
It was. And also I had another client, also like she's part of your kind of like, it's not a cohort, but like you really started really, really close to each other.
Yes.
She's an iOS developer and she got a job as well. And like we just chatted before, like it was so excited. It's so exciting. And I'm very excited, and I'm very glad for you all, because really, yes, the tech job market can be a little rough and disheartening right now, but this is the hope that we all need right now. Because you got a job. And listen, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. Like, no, seriously, I'm
Thank
so
you.
proud of you.
Thank you
Because
so much.
there will be coaches who only will take people who like, oh, like they know they will let a job whether or not they had their services, because they need just
Exactly.
success stories. And they will be coaches who will take whoever, whether or not they know they can help them or not. So I'm neither.
I
Like
know.
I'm neither. I'm like, okay, like Gennifer, it's like it can be a little scary, but we can do it. Like once, and here's the thing: once I can see your success in my spiritual eyes, in my mind eyes, I will work with you.
Hmm.
Yes, like I have qualifications. Like somebody said, like, oh, like I need more experience because I'm very junior. And I say, here's the thing, like, yes, like this is the formal qualifications. Yes, you need to be more junior, but or you need to be more senior. But like, how do I get experience without experience? I can help you to
Exactly.
get experience. So
Exactly.
like you can be my one-off, because like if I say you can do it, I can see you doing it in my spiritual eyes.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
there were people who reach out to me and say, hey, I need your help, I want to get in tech. I said, like, I can help you right now. Like you're just simply not ready. I don't see you succeeding through my program. Like even though you're willing to pay me whatever I'm asking, and even though you're so committed, you're just not ready yet. Like
That
you're gonna spend working on your executive presence without your executive skills, without your technical skills that brings you executive presence. So you're not ready yet.
that's exactly what I mean when I say like you're sincere, because you're here to genuinely help people. And there's really not many people out there like that. I feel like I've been pretty fortunate, this year to have met you. Um, and the professionals that I networked with here, like on LinkedIn, just incredible. Um, I honestly can't thank you enough. I really can't. Like I could just imagine being on the stage and accepting a Grammy. Everybody says, I think so and so. I'd be like, I'd like to thank you, Jean.
Oh, thank you
I'd
so
like to thank
much.
you, Jean. No, because so much I became a completely different job seeker. And I had confidence and I believed in myself. And I knew that the reason why I wasn't getting a job was because I wasn't not good enough. It was just because it's extremely competitive. The job market is saturated with people like me.
Hmm.
Um, job search market and the competition is steep.
Hmm.
And it's
But it's still available. It's still possible.
it's very possible. It's very possible, but you need somebody. You have to have a
Yes.
mentor. You have to work with somebody who really knows what's going on. I mean, friends, family, it's great to get advice, especially people who have been in a similar situation, but you have to have a tailored job search plan.
Hmm.
They're tailored because not everybody is going to be able to do the same exact thing. So that's what I loved. I loved that we had a tailored approach. Even though it took me a little longer, I just wanted to make sure that all my I's were dotted and T's were crossed and that I was really following what you taught me to do.
Hmm.
Patience really worked out
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me.
And also, not everybody like opens up like that, but when when you get stuck in your career, because like there there are two significant aspects that can affect your mental health tremendously: your professional life, your family life.
Yep.
Because normally, when people fall into depression, when people experience severe cases of anxiety, uh, it lays either in family or on the job.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a support system, even if it is like, even if you are doing like the things that you knew that you were going to do, the things that you heard before, you have a person who will listen to you and who will support you and who
Exactly.
will like, even like with my previous clients, right? Just going through what happened during interview, because interviewers, they will not give you a feedback. Majority of the time you will not get a feedback.
No.
Sometimes I have connections, like if it is, sometimes I'm fortunate enough to get feedback from talent acquisition teams or recruiters, just because we're working closely, like without disclosing any names and any situations, right? But sometimes I get that feedback and I go back to my client and say, look, this is your problem. This is how we're going to fix it.
Yep.
And um, also, like working through your own resistance, because, like, for example, your resistance is a content creation, but
Yes.
that, like, they,
Right.
with the things that you've done, right? Like with carousels, with engagement, um, it still brings result. Or like if you think that your problem is strictly technical skills, like think again. Maybe people think that you just suck as a person, or like personality wise, and you need to connect with on the human level. So, and this is like that was my recent approach: connect with your interviewer, even like through technical interviews, on the human level, because humans hire humans, people
Exactly.
hire people.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly. We're
because
all in this together. Like whether
yes,
people want to hear it or not, we really are. Because
we're
we make recruiters, job seekers give recruiters a job to do.
yes. Well,
Recruiters,
like companies give recruiters job to do, but like it's also like no matter how unbiased we are, right? If I if I don't connect with you, if I'm short with you, if I sound like a robot, if I just say like book definitions or what you
right?
ask me, like without any examples, so my examples kind of bleak and generic, like you boring. Like,
Right. Yeah,
you boring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You boring.
for real.
Somebody asked me like,
100%.
so how do I like you are so bubbly and like emotional, but like listen, when it's a job interview and I know if I don't get this job, like you listen, I need money, I need to pay the bills, so like it's
Right.
really hard for me to be bubbly and like what do I do? Like you keep working, you keep grinding, you keep working, you keep grinding. This is why you have video lessons, this is why you go back, you watch and you model the behavior. It starts with modeling,
It
as like
does.
you're gonna, even if you're gonna suck at it, like you're gonna be a little bit better, a little bit less robotic, more bubbly, more personable, more likable that you used to be.
Yeah. More confident.
More confident, yes. And also working on the confidence is a big thing because like we with one of my clients we did a really like anxiety and confidence exercise where uh you you take the data and you battle your anxiety and your fears with data. And when you battle your anxiety with data, with like facts, because feelings are not facts and emotions
No.
are not evidence, but when you present yourself a fact and say like, well, on average, my interview is going to be either average or good. I have slight chance having like a terrible interview, but it's either going to be average or it's going to be good. And average, like it can be on the positive side to the next step, or average, it can be not right now, but not to the point that they will never talk to me again.
Right.
And like every no is not a no, is not right now. I interviewed with Disney two times, two times. And like every single no was not a no, was not right now. And I probably would interview with them again. But like right now, I'm so busy with my coaching program. But
Right.
every no is not right now. It's like in business, right? Like there are certain customers or like prospects I talk to, and sometimes it is a no, sometimes it is not right now.
I got a not right now a couple months ago. It was fine. I was like, I totally get it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Apologize for my camera moving. My dog is
Oh no,
was
you're good.
away.
You're good. So, what who would you advise this program for?
Anybody in tech in one way, shape, or form who understands um the process, how things move, um, people who really want to move forward or even gain additional skills, but that want to show and prove what they know at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
be able to kind of advertise yourself on LinkedIn, for lack of a better word, develop a social and executive presence
Mm-hmm.
network, uh, and things of that nature. Put that work in, but at the same time, um, make sure that people know that you are about what you talk about, not just
Yes.
something say, oh, I could do this, but show us an example of how you could do that. That's the best advice. Anybody who's willing to do that, get with Eugene because he will help you. I mean, he's literally the personal trainer of the job search. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and also, I don't know. Maybe because of my background, I have a lot of iOS developers. So like you don't have to be an iOS developer, right? Like, but If you are, it's like it's even better. But like I said, I work with variety of software developers, with variety of engineers,
Mhm.
and yeah, executive presence in marketing skills, like that's really where it's at. So Gennifer, any last parting words for our audience?
I mean, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate that. And Eugene, thank you for having me on. But one really important thing for the audience is give it a chance. Even if you're not sure if you could commit, I recommend signing up for your 30-minute you know, well, are you still calling it, are you still calling it clarity call?
Yeah, clarity call mini
Okay.
coaching session, and now it's
Yeah.
even cooler. So you we start conversation in the DM, and some people are impatient, and like they might drop out. Like, be patient. Like, go continue
Yeah.
the conversation, complete 15-minute assessment, video assessment. And video assessment, it's a guided video assessment, and I have a series of questions that really pointed to the certain gaps in people's career, how people show up or not show up, right? And
Right.
after answering those questions, like, people are gonna see where they need to make improvements. And after that, um we can jump on clarity call with me. Like, we can talk on Zoom, or like, I can answer your questions in a DM, and like, if you rather talk in a DM, and then like we get going. Like, when you sign out with me, you're gonna get onboarding session with me. It's an hour, and I pretty much give you the entire strategy on the onboarding call, like what you need to do, like where your weak areas. I show you around. I show you where the curriculum is, where you watch the lessons, the explain how the sessions and the links and everything works. I'm adding you to Slack. I'm adding you into my membership site. So like, it's basically either like you onboard, you get access right before that, or like on the onboarding call, you get the strategy, you get clarity how the program works, and like you're basically ready to go. You know exactly what you need to do and what you need to execute. So like, and that's how my program changed. So you get one-on-one like onboarding session, but then it's a group coaching program, because everybody knows their strategies, everybody knows what they're working on.
Exactly. That's exciting, Eugene. I'm
It
really
is
happy that,
exciting.
yeah, I'm happy to see that everything is just growing and that you're helping so many people. It's
Yeah,
very rewarding.
I'm excited too. I'm excited too. Well, thank you, Jennifer, for coming
Thank
here
you.
today. And like, everybody, right? Send me a DM. Send me a DM. Let's start a conversation. Like, the link in my bio also works if you want to just fill out the application, and I will reach out back to you like as soon as I possibly can, so you don't have to wait for a long time. It's not a waiting list. So like, it's like I have open enrollment right now as we speak. So fill out the application and send me a DM, and like, let's just get going. Because if you want to make career moves in 2024, you have to start acting now.
Now,
Like, it takes on average from 1 to 3 4 months to really get yourself situated. And this is the data from my clients, right? Like, I had one miracle that the client who got a job after 2 sessions, but on average, like, that's like 3 4 months. That's multiple interviews. That's increasing your visibility. That increasing
yeah.
your executive presence. Like, this is why I say, don't wait until the holiday is over. New year, new me. Like, this is BS. Your new you starts right now. If
Yep.
right now you are not committed to your new you, you're not committed to new you in the new year.
My gosh, you're pumping me up, Eugene.
I
I'm
don't
ready
know.
to rock and roll.
Listen, we are wrapping up, and like, I'm just fired out, and like, okay, like, I need to just say that.
Oh, I love it. What a great time. Thank you for watching the sunset with me.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
see how
Thank
dark it
you.
is in here now?
All right.